on Call of Duty Black Ops 3 in 2022. Now I want to share with you guys one of the best ways you guys can farm, the best ways you guys can get divinium, use divinium here on dr.Monty's factory in 2022. So you can see that I have 630 divinium that I farmed or purchased using cog points. However, you may have gotten that many divinium, right? So you can farm it here on Black Ops 3. I have a video out how to farm it and how you do it on by round 7. What the technique is to get it. How do you get divinium? 20 diviniums within an hour on the giant map. But I think I did another map. You have to check the video out. But we're going to be here how to use your divinium. Now we're not going through the gobblegum machine right now. It's a technique that you should be using, especially if you have a large amount of gobblegum, like 630, or if you've been farming and you gathered up a lot. Before you use these tiers 1, 2, 3 to get divinium that will show up in these vats, you want to make sure that you have these in place first before you do it. So we're going to go back to the maps, and I want you guys to look closely at the maps. All right, now take a look at my maps here. Now I'm just going to go on a solo game so that way you can see. Now you can see on my maps here I have Shadows of Evil, the Giant. I have all these maps, all the maps here. But you can see some of them have arrows on them. Origins has an arrow, Moon, Shangri-La, Sanction, Kino, Dear Toten, Shino Numa, Varuk, Nock, Revelations, Garag, and Zetsubo. You can see that the only maps that don't have arrows are the Giant map, Duration Drake, and Shadows of Evil. If you notice something, when you purchase this game, when you first install Black Ops 3 to your PlayStation or your Xbox, you only have certain maps available to you. Now, I want to point some things out to you if I can. If you go into the store, like I think I can take you to the store. I'm not even sure if that allows you to go into the store. I'm not sure if it'll allow me to go into PlayStation Store without the moving video. But if you go into the PlayStation Store, it'll tell you what you can purchase these maps. All right, and it'll tell me that I already purchased these. There's no way for me to show you without moving the video and then starting it up and show me in the store. But let's go back. Oops, I don't want to go into a multiplayer, but we'll go into zombies. Let's go back to my solo. So for purchasing each one of these maps, it will remove the arrow. Now, you have what is known as your library. All right? And when you use your divinium, you want to know, well, each one of these maps, guys, have certain gumballs attached to them. Like if we go into my gumballs, all right, let's go into like classics. For example, this says that to get this rare combi, this eye candy gobblegum, I need ZC. All right, for this other one over here for Newtonian Negation, I need DLC 4. For this DLC projectile vomiting, I need DLC 3, and then I need Zombie Chronicles for this tone death. Now these are not really the best gobblegums that you want, but I need certain DLCs in order to get those through using dr.Monty's factory, right? So I need to buy these DLCs to get those. The same thing with mega gobblegums. Certain DLCs will give you certain gobblegums, all right? All right, certain gobblegums from when you buy these maps, all right, give you certain gobblegum are tied into these. Now, when you use Dr. Monty's, guys, to put the video without making it a whole long, drawn-out thing, guys, when you use Dr. Monty's factory and you farmed out a lot of divinium by yourself or playing with your friends and going high rounds, you get 4 divinium per 30 rounds or whatever, for all the gobblegums that you saved up, all right, that all the divinium that you saved up, let me rephrase that, you come back to the maps, to the thing, all right? Before you use those gobblegums in Dr. Monty's, man, make sure you go to your library and shut off all these maps. Delete them from your library, all right? And you'll get the arrows down, all right? Reason being that is you want, if you're trying to get perkaholics or you're trying to get raindrops, you're trying to get power backs. These gobblegums, guys, right here. The raindrops, the power backs, the round robins, and I believe there's one other one in here that you want to definitely have, the perkaholic. All right, if you want to get more of those, guys, each one of these maps are associated to give you those gobblegums in their map in their gobblegum variety that they offer. Each one of these maps here, guys, each one of these maps give you a different allotment of gobblegums that are assigned to those maps. Specifically, you'll get, not only will you just get this classic one for buying the DLC, but you'll get the other gobblegums, omegas, that go with it. So, or other gobblegums that go with it. So each map gives you a variety of 4 different gobblegum or something like that. So you want to know which ones to keep on, so they give you the best gobblegums. So how would you know what gobblegums you get? Variety packs that come with each one of these maps, like Zombie Chronicles. When you buy those, you get a certain amount of maps, a certain amount of gumballs with those. You get 2 special ones that don't do nothing, but then you get some other gobblegum that are really good. Like, one of them give you raindrops for buying. I think Zombie Chronicles give you raindrops, and then another map gives you power vacs. So, and then some other gobblegum with it. So they give you one really good one, and those are the maps that you want to have open. That's going, when you use your divinium, you want to use those maps. That's going to give you those gobblegums. All right. So that way you have more chances. Not saying you're going to get them all the time, but when you use Newton's cookbook, you go back in here. Not Newton's cookbook. You use Dr. Monty's. You use VAT number 1 to purchase, and hopefully you get the power boost like we do, and you'll get the better chance to get perkaholics, the better chance to get power backs, the best chances to get those gobblegums that you want. All right, when you're using a large amount of gobblegums. All right, just to make the video shorter without going dragged out, guys. All right, that's how you want to really do it. All right, so you need to know what gobblegums are associated with the maps that you have. Write them down, and then delete them from your library. Go into your library, guys, on your game. I mean, you know, on your, you know, from games that you purchased here on, you know, on your PS4, and delete those maps. And then when you're ready to get gobblegums from those maps, say, hey, I want to get more perkaholics. What maps did the bundle did you buy that's going to give you perkaholic? And you put those maps on, and you're going to get those gobblegums from that map. All right, only, not all the other ones. If you leave all your maps on, you're going to get the less chance to get the gumballs that you really want for the divinium that you worked hard to get. All right, just putting that to the, you know, putting that right in the front, guys. So the more maps you have opened up, the more maps you have opened up here, guys. If I have all these maps, I only have 3 maps open. The more of these I have open, it's less likely that I'm going to get a lot of Perkaholics, or less likely I'm going to get a lot of Power Backs, less likely I'm going to get a lot of Raindrops, the ones that I really want. So you need to know what maps are going to give you those good Gobblegums, and you throw those on, you turn every other map off and only leave the maps on that you want Gobblegum from. So I leave at least 3 maps open to get certain Gobblegums that I want, and then once I acquire enough, I'll close these off and I'll turn on Zetsubo Nishima, I'll put the Zombie Chronicles on to get power vacuums from, I'll only get maps associated that will come from these, from Zombie Chronicles. All right, this is how you're going to maximize to get the best Gobblegums, the top tier Gobblegums in your game, faster than having all these maps open. All right, that's the bottom line of the video. Getting the best Gobblegums using your maps to give you the best variety, because the maps are the ones that's going to give you those Gobblegums. So you need to know what maps are going to give you that best variety of Gobblegum for your Divinium. And if you only have those maps on, you're only going to get those Gobblegums. Okay, guys? So hopefully this video helped you out, guys. And use this technique, man. I'm telling you, and you'll be on your way to getting a lot of Perkaholics. You'll be able to get a lot of Power Backs. You'll be able to get a lot of Raindrops, a lot of Round Robins. In this manner, especially if you're grinding it out using that technique that I showed you how to get farm Divinium on the Giant, and I think another map that I showed you how to farm for Divinium in round 7s, then you're definitely going to get a lot of Gobblegums, a lot of the ones that you want, and not all the garbage Gobblegums that are on here. I mean, there's a lot of trash Gobblegums that you're really not going to use all that much. Secret shopping, you need that for Garage Karovi, or you need shopping free to do certain things. So certain ones you will need, but you'll acquire a lot of those if you just throw your Divinium in using the VAT 3 times. You'll get a lot of them like I did. Unnecessary Gobblegums that I'm not going to use as much. Killjoy and all of that stuff. Head Drama is a good one, but Killing Time, ones I'm not really using a lot. Temporal Gift is a good one, but I'm not really using it a lot for what I do. So there's a lot on here that you'll get a ton of, like Unquenchable. I mean, I have 200 and something. That's from using my VATs 3 at a time and not using 1 at a time. But if you use those techniques that I just showed you, you'll get less of those and more of the best ones. And this is what the video is all about, to help you guys get those Round Robins, to help you get the Perkaholic, to help you get the the Power Backs, the Raindrops, right? This is what you want in game. Those big 4, the Perkaholics, the Round Robins, the Power Backs, the Raindrops. This is what people are after in this game. So those are the ones you're going to really want to get without having to use your dashboard all the time to leave game when you lost it in the game because you went down. You'll be able to gain so many of them in the games from doing this technique when you have a lot of Divinium. This is the way you should be using your Divinium when you use Dr.Monty's. Now, another way to take advantage of getting a lot of this good Gobblegums is when you go on each night and look at Luton's cookbook. Write down these recipes, guys. Pop Shocks, Crate Power, what it requires to get them, all right? What it requires to get them, Crate Powers. You got to see what the recipes are. So I go on every night and I look at these recipes to see what it involves to get the Gobblegum that they are showing, like Crate Powers. It takes 2 Gobblegums, and I write these recipes down. All right, it's just like when you're baking a cake. If you play a lot of zombies here, you want to know these recipes for Newton's cookbook, because some of these Gobblegums you're not going to be using, but you can get really good Gobblegum for them in return by just getting rid of them. So in this game, you're going to get a lot of Gobblegums. If you have all your maps on, you're going to get a lot of Gobblegums you're never going to use. You're going to acquire a whole ton of them. But using Newton Cookbook, guys, this is another way that you guys can get rid of them and get really good Gobblegums. Like, they did a thing here for Perkaholic that I had to use, let me show you. I had to use this one. I forgot what it was called. I had to use 3 of them. I'm just trying to see what it was called. Yeah, there it is. Killjoy. I had to use 3 of those to get a Perkaholic. So, yeah, I used the hell out of those. That's why I got 0 of those, because I use them to distill Perkaholics on Newton's cookbook. So I advise you guys to write these recipes down. If you're trying to acquire certain gobblegums from Newton's cookbook, write the recipes down, see what it entails, and to see if it's going to be in your best interest to utilize those gobblegum to get the Perkaholic or the raindrops or whatever the recipe requires you to have to get those. So you'll acquire a lot of gobblegums in your arsenal that you can use in Newton's cookbook each and every night to distill round robins, Perkaholics, power vacs, raindrops. All right, so look for those in Newton's cookbook, see what it entails. Look for the best recipe, because sometimes you can find the other recipes that get rid of gobblegums that you're never going to use. All right, and you want to get rid of those first using the best recipe that's going to give you the best gobblegum. All right, don't just use Newton's cookbook and say, hey, well, I got these gobblegum, it's going to give me a Perkaholic. Sometimes you can use less gobblegum of the worst gobblegum you got to get that Perkaholic, or to get that round robin, or to get that power vac. All right, just remember that. Use this technique, guys, as well, using the Newton's cookbook. All right, so hopefully this video helped you guys out on Call of Duty Black Ops. Keep looking for videos from me on Call of Duty, how to farm divinium, certain techniques, because there are definitely other techniques you guys can use to farm for divinium, and definitely use this technique whenever you are going to use your divinium to get gobblegums on Call of Duty Black Ops, man. It's the best way you can do it. Now, if you're buying your COG points, guys, then utilize this system. I'm telling you that it's gonna, you spend money to get the COG points, and you definitely want to utilize the best way to get the best gobblegums, the best top tier gobblegums. This is how you're going to do it. So figured I'd bring this to you in 2022, show you guys how you can get a bunch of great top tier gobblegums, the best way to utilize your divinium on Black Ops 3. This is how you're going to do it, and this is how you're going to be able to go high rounds in less times, because you're going to go through round robins and get rid of zombies and low waves and just keep crashing out, going to the gobblegum machine to get those best gobblegums. It's going to help you succeed to higher rounds using power vacs, raindrops, and round robins. All right, to do so, especially when you're playing 4 players or with your buddies or whatever. This is how you're going to do it, especially with your Perkaholics. And also, if you want to keep your gobblegums and keep doing this stuff over and over, after you're using those gobblegums, use the dashboard, guys. Close application. How you do that: hit the PlayStation button and then hit the share button, and then a close application logo will show up in the top right hand corner. Hit that and close out application. You'll get all your gobblegums back. If you die, everybody's down and the game is over, and you're trying to use the dashboard, you're already too late. You have to use it. If you're the last man standing to keep the game going, you don't think you're going to be able to revive your people, you don't have a pack-a-punch gun, and you think you're going to go down because you're not already on a high round, then you use that close application. Tell your buddies, say, hey guys, close application, and we'll re-team up and we'll play again. That way, everybody who closed out application, if they close out application, they'll get their gobblegums back, and all you guys that are using all these power vacs, raindrops, with the rest of your team that are using them too, you all decide to close application, you'll all get your gobblegums back, and you'll all be able to go back and rinse and repeat on the map and do it all over again and keep grinding for divinium. All right, so if that's what you do with your team, with a friend, this is how you're going to do it as well. You're going to close application, all right, to get all your gobblegum back. Remember, if the game is over and all you guys are closing app and the game is over, you won't get all your gobblegum back. You'll lose however many you use. So if you use 40 raindrops, 40 round robins in a game to reach 55, level 50, round 55, if you don't use the dashboard, guys, you're going to lose all those gobblegums you use. Everybody is, all right, if you don't close application. All right, hope this helped you out. If it did, like, comment, subscribe, share, out this video, subscribe to the channel, man. I like to show these techniques on in-game and just show you guys before game how you can get divinium, how you want to use your divinium, and this video should help you when you utilize divinium at Dr. Monty's. All right, so without further ado, guys, 20 minutes in, enough of me gabbing. I'll see you guys in game on another video, not today, but have a great day. Till then, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.